today we are here at Kovan. Right, John, are you familiar with this location or not?
Pretty familiar. Some of my clients actually stay near in Kovan also, so I've been to this market at the back quite frequently as well. A lot of good food over here, right?
Plenty of food. I think Kovan itself is a small housing cluster,
Right.
But they are fully equipped with everything that you need, especially when it comes to food.
Right.
I think later on we will show you some of the food that is around this vicinity. They have like, I think the famous Teochew Mui,
Yeah.
nasi lemak, and then what is that?
Thai food.
Thai food, Taiwanese food, a lot of stuff.
Too many.
Too many. To name a few, but later on we will check out some of the place. Interestingly, right, in Kovan area, right, I would say, I think 80% of Kovan is actually covered by landed properties.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't know that.
In fact, only like maybe 20% are HDBs. Right. So it's a less dense, quieter place in Kovan area.
Okay.
You think of while we are walking, right, actually, not a lot of people here, right?
I think you are saying that because of the landscape, right, it has a lot more landed properties, condo,
Then lesser people.
lesser people traveling around. Like at the back view, I can see even like, wow, this whole place, right, super empty. Then old people playing Chinese chess, that kind of thing. Quite chill, this estate.
Quite chill.
Yeah.
And then they have Heartland Mall over here, and then Kovan Market, food market, dry market. So technically, if you are someone that is staying over here, right,
Yeah.
I would say you can get almost everything over here. Otherwise, if you really need something that is not found here, by going up, you'll be heading to Serangoon.
Yes.
And if you go to the back, right, you are closer towards Hougang.
Yeah.
So technically, you are still in between two catchment area lah.
I
would say.
yeah. Serangoon next, definitely much more crowded. Hougang being an interchange next time, also going to be super crowded. So Kovan is a bit of, I would say, more towards like a private enclave kind of catchment area.
Yeah, if you actually look at the Kovan mapping zone on Google Map, right, you actually realize that, like what I mentioned, 80% are landed property. And some fun fact for you to know, right, actually now we are going to walk around some of the landed areas, so you can take a look. How is it like staying in Kovan area? Very quiet. So now we are walking towards Surrey Charlton area.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you know how landeds are being classified? Landed properties.
Not exactly. Maybe you share with me more.
Okay, so for landed property, right, there are 2-story landed housing zone, 3-story landed housing zone, and some of the areas are not gazetted for landed property.
Oh.
Which means, right, in that area alone, you can find landed and also apartments, smaller apartments.
That means you say previously it's a landed property, then developer buy over.
And then
tear down.
collectively they tear down, then they buy, then they build
Into apartments. Oh, interesting.
Kovan is one of the areas, right, that you will get to see that. I think some other area that might ring a bell would be
Telok Kurau?
Correct,
Telok
Telok Kurau. But Kovan is like a often overlooked place, It's like every time when it comes to landed, people will think of District 50, Central area. Not a lot of people will think of Kovan. Maybe Serangoon Gardens, but not exactly Kovan. Right, so let's cross the road first.
I think over here, right, because there's a lot of small roads here and there when we talk about landed properties, right? Because over here, I always get confused by the different road names. What, Flower Road, Philip, Simon, then what, Posek or something like that? What? Okay.
Especially for landed, the roads are very, very confusing.
Yeah.
So now, right, we are here already at block 203. And then right beside, right, to your left, then that would be the Kovan.
Hey, the street soccer court.
Area.
Yeah, this one is the street soccer court.
Cool,
yeah.
Street soccer court over here. Students to play.
And as we are walking, right, I noticed a lot of like tuition center, enrichment class. So you can see here is also quite family friendly in the sense. Definitely there will be a lot of a lot of family with school going kids around here as well.
So you see, over this mall over here, they actually have fair price. Final. So technically, for those that is staying landed over here, right, they are very well connected to all the daily necessity.
Yeah.
Right, so let's go to the landed area and
Yeah, actually, if let's say the camera can catch, the side you can see already all the music school, learning center, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can tell that this place a lot of school-going kids. School-going kids family. Yeah.
So back to just now landed, right? So for this part, the Charlton part of Kovan, right?
Yeah.
So at the front part here is actually 2-story landed housing zone.
Okay.
So technically, right, all the landed property that we see over here, right, are only built up to 2-story high.
Oh.
Whereas further down into Surin, right,
there
is actually a 3-story mixed landed housing zone. So that side can build up to 3-story.
Oh.
So you will realize that this part of Kovan, right, the front part of Kovan, all the buildings are shorter.
I see.
Then when you walk all the way to the back, right, which is closer to Serangoon side already,
Yeah.
then you get to see higher landed properties.
Is it because the ground is the elevation? I don't know what they say. The sea level thingy. That's why the government allows some higher, some lower.
Honestly, I also don't know how the government classify that, but
Yeah.
that is of course based on URA planning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then as we go further down, right, into next part of Kovan, right, that will be the area that is not demarcated for. It's not a specific landed housing zone.
Okay.
So technically, right, over that side, there is where you will see smaller apartments here and there.
Okay.
Familiar with plot ratio?
Yes, familiar.
Yeah. So that area, right, is plot ratio of 1.4. So
Okay.
apartments, right, can go up to around 5-story,
Oh, okay.
5-story high. Whereas here, right, you won't see apartments at all.
Right,
It's
right,
a,
right.
A landed zone in that sense.
Oh, so I also noticed, right, that side, like a lot of freehold condo as well. Like, a Kovan Melody, or I can't remember what's the exact name already. There's a few small freehold projects over at the Kovan side as well.
All the boutique projects, no?
Mm.
Yeah, because you are restricted by plot ratio, you can't build much higher, ma.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
you
right.
are limited by the height restriction, so you can you maintain that that level. Yeah.
Interesting.
So one thing about the non-gazetted landed areas, right? In that sense, there compared to here, right? I think some people that are planning to buy into this area or planning to stay in the area, they realize that their side are more. The traffic there is actually higher.
Hey,
Yeah.
talking about traffic,
Because apartment plays a very big part. Because one apartment, you can hold of units, ma.
Yes.
People over the other side of Kovan tends to be much more compared to those staying in Charlton and in Surin area.
That means Chinese New Year period, which is just past, a lot of guests visiting jam up the road, right?
Probably. Apartments might not have one-to-one car park.
Oh,
Right?
interesting. Yeah, just now I was thinking about something, like talking about traffic, right? Because this MRT over here is underground. That means no noise, because people who are staying East-West line, some of the MRT is above ground, then they complain that there's track noise and all that.
Yeah.
So
good thing everything is underground here. But in terms of driving, right, if you are driving, I think to Serangoon is good because it's a flyover.
right.
Whereas if you're heading towards Tampines, or you're going towards TPE, right?
Right.
Tampines Road, especially during peak hours like 5 to 6, right? The jam is unbearable.
Okay.
Really unbearable. Do you have pets at home?
Don't have they. I can't. I'm not allowed by my wife to have pets.
I think that time I was speaking to one of the residents over there.
Yeah.
I mean, they were sharing with me that there is like a pet swimming pool over here.
Say again, pet swimming pool.
Yeah, pet swimming pool. I think
Really or not?
I think dogs in particular, which is quite cool.
You mean that one?
Yeah, that one over there.
Wow.
So it's like, sometimes I think cats need to shower, right? So some of the owners, they don't really like to shower their pets. So they will just bring
Are you serious?
their dog over here to the
Nowadays
swimming pool.
even dogs also have a better life than us.
If you are a dog staying in Kovan, right, then you have a very good life here.
Yeah. Remember to ask your owner to bring you to this swimming pool. Yeah.
So over on the right side, right, from my right, you can see that these are the Charlton Surin area, which is demarcated for 2-story, 3-story landed housing zone.
Right.
Right at where we are going right now, we are heading to the non-gazetted landed area. That is where you start to see more apartments popping up here and there.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
Actually, I noticed while we are walking, right, the traffic is also pretty busy on the main road towards this side. I think this is one of the main road connecting to many estates further down.
When it connects to Serangoon, connect to Hougang, and then it connects to TPE and all the way down to
Right.
Tampines. I mean, Tampines, don't need to say, right, Tampines a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people will be heading down towards Tampines side. But that is the main road part. Main road is always noisy because I think they have 4 lanes over here.
Right.
But once you enter into the landed area, right, then everything will immediately become very peaceful. Yeah, lesser
traffic.
Lesser
Yeah.
traffic.
Actually, as we are walking, it's so-called small road already because this side is only 2 lanes. So can immediately feel that we are walking towards a quieter part of the neighborhood already because lesser human traffic, lesser car as well. Yeah.
Everything is lesser, quieter. Actually, have you thought of staying in a landed property, or you prefer to stay in a
Wow, this is a topic that I talked with my wife for quite a long time. Because say, for example, when we have more money now still working hard for it, right?
Same.
So when we have more money, so if let's say you have a budget for a 2.5-story landed property versus a 4-bedroom condo, I'm talking about single level lah. Actually, I'm talking about to my wife, right? Actually, I may prefer to stay in a condo instead.
Why?
Reason being, for landed properties, definitely because you are maintaining your own house, right? So there might be issues like maintenance issues, gardening, maintaining of your own land, so to speak. Plus, there may be also pests, that kind of thing. But in terms of value, of course, we are property agents, right? So in terms of value, buying a freehold landed is always every Singaporean's dream, so to speak.
That's
right.
true. Yeah, that I would agree.
Yourself?
Myself, I think condo is nice, right? When you have facilities and all. But I think end of the day, we are in Singapore. Even if you buy a freehold condominium, right, you are just buying the airspace.
Agree.
Right? You're not buying the
actual land.
Property, it's like a lease, but a perpetual lease.
Yeah.
Right. So
you're buying a share of that lease.
Correct.
Yeah.
If budget really permits, right, then I will consider going for a landed property. Maybe you can start with something small, right? Maybe an inter-terrace, a small one.
Yeah.
Under 4 million, you can get something in Kovan area like this, right?
Oh, so just to understand the price point a bit, you're talking about say a typical average inter-terrace over here, right? How much can a family expect to pay for it?
Slightly under 4 million.
Oh, can get.
Right, correct. Yeah, you can still find something, but might need to renovate or
Okay. What about like those brand new one from developer?
Brand new one, okay, especially when it comes to developer, right? I mean, developer bought the land price and the land price.
Right.
And then they still need to factor in any development charge, and then they still need to factor in their own margin. So for brand new landed property in this area, as far as I could remember, it's easily 5 million and above.
Wow.
Even for inter-terrace.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, if you have the patience, you have the time, you can always consider buying a bare land.
Okay.
And then,
do it yourself lah.
Do it yourself. Yeah, reconstruct the property yourself. And the good thing about it is, I mean, land is scarce in Singapore, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, land price will continue to grow in Singapore.
I think for me, I would say that buying a landed property freehold in Singapore is always a dream lah. It's like a collectible item. Then you just buy and you sit on it, you hold it for at least 10 years, 15 years. Definitely the price will appreciate one. I mean, eventually. Because given how Singapore economy is going, given how our economy is still strong and all that. So it's like everybody wants a piece of it. Right?
It's a freehold, you can pass down to your children.
Legacy.
You might not reap the rewards, but your future children, grandchildren, they can get something.
They will thank you lah. They say, oh, my akong did a good job last time. They buy a landed property.
Even if you can't reconstruct everything, you can still always buy a single story one. And then progressively you renovate. Along the way, once you accumulated enough funds, then you do the A&A halfway or rebuild it later part. But more importantly is to secure the land at this point of time.
Buy first lah. Buy in first.
Renovate.
Get into the action first. Get into the game first. Instead of just wait and see, waiting for better price, waiting for economy to drop, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, what about semi-D? Like I saw some semi-Ds over here as well. Like typically, if let's say a family budget permits lah. If let's say they want to buy a semi-D over here in Kovan area, how much would they be expecting?
I would say they have to bear in mind a figure of at least about 4.5 million. Actually, landed, it depends a lot on the land size as well.
The land size,
Yes, correct.
the build up.
The condition and the land size.
Okay.
Yeah, because I do have one semi-D land, right? It's 4,000 square feet.
Oh, that's
4,000
huge.
square feet is actually
Yeah.
almost a detached house status, aka a bungalow lah.
Yeah.
Right,
Very
so
huge, no?
if you buy that kind of land, right, of course the overall quantum will be much higher. Whereas if you buy maybe a 3,000 land size semi-D, right, then the overall quantum is not as high, ma. Right?
So also need to bear in mind the land size,
Yes, and
the build up area, the condition, when was it built and all that lah.
Okay, so right now, right, since we are at Kovan, right, I will show you one of my favorite eatery.
Wow.
It's Taiwan food. I tell you, it's really fantastic. I almost eat here every single week.
Every single, you not bored of it lah.
So, how's the Taiwan food? Is it
Wow,
good?
good eh. The what, 盐酥鸡 the fried chicken damn nice.
Right, I tell you, I'm always around this area, and this is the one that I always patronize.
Yeah, good. Hey, what's this project?
And you act blur. This project, our company got market ma. This is Kovan
Jewel.
Road. Yeah. So
Hey, it's the first time I see it's almost finishing to build up already.
I think their TOP is this year, you know. I think
This year end
Q2 or Q3. I can't really remember the exact details, but this is a freehold development 34.
I a bit lost track of this project. Last time I got tried to recommend to my client, but a bit lost track. How much is the starting price again? You know not?
PSFY starting from around 1,009, but that's of course for the bigger size
profit
unit
lah. Yeah.
Smaller units around 1,001, 1,002.
2, 2, 3.
Yeah, this part of Kovan area is not a gazetted landed area, so you have a mixture of landed houses and also apartments.
Right.
So the one that we just saw earlier, right, is Kovan Jewel, right?
Nice,
So
nice.
basically 34 units, freehold project, right? So I think people that would want to stay here, right, could be maybe landed owners that wish the right size due to age or some reasons, right? Then they want to move down to a condo apartment in the same area.
Sometimes it also can be like for example, the head of the family, the husband, due to old age, passed on already. They have a very huge house. They got 2 kids. Then you know the wealth being distributed. The 2 kids could probably also buy an apartment each over here.
That's
Something
true,
like that.
that is true.
Yeah.
Or maybe the kids price out of landed, but yet they still want to stay in the same vicinity as their parents.
Within
right?
this neighborhood lah.
Correct. Then this would be one of the options that, you know, you can consider.
Yeah.
Right. Good thing is it's not like a mega big project, right? So a lot of people here, it will be very tranquil, very quiet.
Yeah.
It's like a very exclusive project. Like you're away from the city, but at the same time, right, Kovan Jewel is actually very walkable to
Kovan MRT
station. Yeah, because right now we're at Kovan Road. Right. The lane on the right, that would be the
main road.
The main road already.
Yeah.
So technically it's just probably a good 7 to 8 minutes walk. Then you will reach Kovan MRT station. Walking distance.
One thing also is good is inside because it will be quieter also. Because imagine if the project is facing main road yes, maybe walking distance faster to the Kovan MRT, but definitely there will be noise.
Right,
so,
just now when we walk past, there were a few condominiums that's facing the main road.
Yeah.
Imagine if your
unit
living hall, your balcony is facing the main road. Wow, I tell you, confirm better.
Yeah. Not only the noise, also got the dust.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So something like inside is good.
But it's good. Facing inwards, quiet place. Especially right, because here most of the landeds are 3-story, unless they really maximize the whole building. Otherwise, imagine you have to buy this unit and you're on the top floor. You might be able to have a unblocked view over the landed property, looking over all the landed property.
Right.
Because you realize we're actually coming from a downslope.
Yes, I noticed also.
Right.
Hey, but bro, after walking and talking, I hungry again.
Hungry again, cannot.
Here a lot of good food I tahan. So let's head on to our next eating spot, can not?
Next eating spot. Okay. Further down, right, if I were to walk straight all the way, right, I think we have Nola's Cafe. I don't know if you've been there before.
I never.
Yeah, it's really a cafe.
Popular.
Very popular.
Okay.
teenagers, younger adults.
Wow.
It's that weekend, you can always come by with your date, chill over here. I think Lola Cafe. And if you want other cuisines, I think they have the Thailand kway teow. Is it? I don't know. I forget what they call it already lah. The
Thai food.
Thai food, the Yawara kway teow. Yawara kway teow.
Okay.
Correct. Then they also have Teochew Mui.
Yeah,
everybody knows.
that one everybody know. Punggol Nasi Lemak.
Yeah. So later we will slowly walk there and discover all the eating place together with you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's this? This is Kovan
Melody.
Yeah. Kovan Melody is actually just right beside the MRT station. I think the front part is actually, the front part of the condo facing the right. It's just directly in front of the MRT entrance. Yeah. So if you are looking for a condominium that is actually very
Super
near
convenient.
MRT,
Just right next to it.
go high floor, you might be able to avoid or reduce all of the
Or if not,
traffic.
the units that is facing landed property lah.
I think it will be very good if if you're someone that is looking to stay near MRT and have a good view, right? Kovan Melody, high floor, facing
landed.
side. I think you have a good view over here.
Of course, be prepared to pay a premium lah. Because owners over here, they also know that a lot of people will be eyeing on these things.
Near MRT.
Near MRT,
Good view.
good view,
High floor.
quiet,
The knife.
and actually the floor plan I saw also quite efficient.
I think this is an older project. So in terms of the layout, right, it's definitely much bigger than a lot of the new condo layout nowadays. Yeah, correct. That's one thing good about buying a older project. You have a more functional layout, practical layout that can cater for families lah. I would say. Yeah.
Right.
Very windy.
Super.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be 6 p.m. Quite chill.
Right, sure. And it's good. I think one good thing that you can also look forward to, if you are someone that stays here, right? You can always go for an evening walk, evening jog around this whole area, right? Because inside also lesser car ma.
So within the landed itself lah, you can walk your dog, evening run.
Correct.
Yeah, I saw people running within their landed area. I think it's big enough for them to stretch it out already.
Yeah, so now we are already at the famous part of Kovan Central area.
Wow.
You see?
This side always.
Yawara kway cha. But here the road noise also.
Yeah, the traffic is very high. So maybe we talk louder into the mic. Yeah. But this part always make me super hungry. Wow, like supper time all that. Sure come over here one.
I think one thing people know about Kovan is every time when someone says Kovan, right, the only thing that comes up in their mind is just food.
Food lah, Punggol Nasi Lemak,
It's just food.
Teochew Mui.
So many,
Yeah.
so many options.
Yeah.
Right, nobody talk about their property. Everybody just talk about the food. No entertainment, no food, no education. Just talk about food.
Because Singaporeans relate the best is the food. When you talk about food, we can talk for hours.
Yes.
Like even now, not even 7 p.m. yet. Got queue already, is it? Walao, for the Punggol Nasi Lemak, got people queuing up already.
The last time I came to Punggol Nasi Lemak, last time I came to Punggol Nasi Lemak, actually the food quite expensive.
I don't know leh. I long time never come here and eat already. Wow, I see got queue already.
I'm not personally, I'm not a big fan of Nasi Lemak now, but I heard from my peers that the standard has dropped quite a lot.
It's always.
But the food is still okay lah, still good, But, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like that. When business grows too big, maybe the quality also start to compromise a little bit here and there.
You may be nice, to me, we're not equally the same.
Yeah, but its branding is there already, so people will go and buy no matter what. Yeah, in front also got the durian store and the fruit store. Wow, the durian also quite famous one over here.
Really?
Yeah, some of my friends, they come here and patronize
all the way to Kovan just for durian.
I mean, on the way, by the way, because after the food and all that, then they buy some durian back home. That kind of, yeah.
Okay.
This whole street, wow.
So it's all food lah.
It's all food.
Yeah, it's all food. But I think the prominent one is Teochew Mui lor, which later we will cross the road and then we will get there.
Yeah.
But I got no appetite eat already. Otherwise, I would love to show you guys the food. Right.
Today the weather is slightly a bit humid as well, so affecting the appetite.
But don't worry, I think here they operate till quite late. So if you want, you can always come by after watching our video late at night. No, not an issue, not an issue. Yeah. In Kovan, if you stay here, right, you don't have to worry about food. Food is the last thing on your worry list.
Yeah.
Really, trust us.
I think over here, the only thing is that maybe another business opportunity is opening the 24-hour gym. Because
I think there is Anytime Fitness here, but it's
there should be
all the way on the other side. Closer, still on Kovan Road, but it's closer to the Serangoon side.
Yeah.
Because here we are walking towards Hougang area already. So there is a 24/7 gym over here, not to worry. Right, you can eat, you can exercise, you can do technically everything here in Kovan. Yeah, and one thing I like, right, actually, along this street, there is a lot of petrol kiosks. So if you drive, then as long as you're on Kovan Road, you don't need to worry about the petrol.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a good thing to know.
good thing for drivers.
Yeah.
Good thing for drivers.
Also, I noticed there's actually quite a lot of like the pet shop. So I think here there is a very strong community of dog lovers also.
Because landed homes I think 8 out of 10 landed homes are pet dogs. That is why, right, if you have plans to set up a pet shop or a pet vet over here, right, maybe there could be potential for you for your business lah.
Yeah.
So this is something that, through our neighborhood exploration, you can get inspired with some ideas, some business ideas. Like,
good thing also when you start to walk around, you get a feel of the neighborhood, you get a feel of the environment, you sort of know what kind of demographic of people are staying here. Anyway, we are crossing the road to the Teochew Way. Yeah.
so now we are
Walking.
back towards the Kovan
MRT.
Heartland area already. So technically, what we covered today, right, is literally going around the central part of Kovan area. Right, as you know, Kovan is a very small housing
Small estate
cluster area, very small area.
Hey, what? This part of the shops I didn't know it's now so established.
For gym, right? They have a spin studio.
No, this starts at Kovan, right? So
Yes.
last time I remember here quite empty. The last time I came here it's quite empty. But now I'm quite pleasant to know that this side, right, all the shops being all occupied already.
Looks nice lah.
Very vibrant.
But I think the PSF for this development, so back then when they launched, was quite high, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't as well received as other
At the point of time.
projects.
Yeah, at the point of time. But now you see the overall market all prop up already, right?
So applies to all whole of Singapore.
Yeah, the whole of Singapore. Yeah.
Kovan area. Yeah. Correct. So we are very close to Kovan area already, right? Then a little bit more, you'll see Tampines Road, which is the one that I hate the most during peak hour.
Okay.
So if you stay here, right, try to avoid Tampines Road during peak hour. Really, during peak hour. Otherwise, exit this road, right, will take me maybe 15-20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, I really
Wow.
hate it so much when I come over here. Yeah, so you can take my experience, right?
I think because you need to filter left or something, right? Then everybody's
It's just clog up over there.
because of the high car traffic.
Right. Then opposite, right? Opposite is the one of the BTO that was launched 2-3 years ago. Yeah. So this project, right? I don't know, oversubscribed by how many times?
Confirm oversubscribed this one.
I think there was a point where my friend actually came to me, right? Asked, hey, there's quite a few BTO projects, right? So which one should we consider, getting? So I thought that, hey, this one is at Kovan and directly beside Food Market, directly above the MRT station.
报价.
Yeah, what else to think of, right? We need to contest already, man. This is the development, then just go for it already lah.
Do you remember or do you roughly know how much the 4-room BTO was selling at?
I can't exactly.
500,000 there about. Could be, right?
I think could be more. Right. one thing for sure. Right. Hey, careful, there's a bicycle, huh?
Yeah.
But one thing for sure, right? Eventually, when this project MOPs, right, I am 99% confident that 4-room flat here should go beyond $1 million. For sure. It is proven already. Like MacPherson area, and then Bidadari, this upcoming. All this area that is near MRT, right, they're all going to be $1 million.
Yeah.
Someone now we are at Kovan, right? You are so near
That's why the
area already.
That's why the government introduced the new scheme, plus prime standard.
No, if this was launched after they announced the news, right, I think this would be
Another
at least a prime. Yeah, at least a 10 years MOP, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, so all these owner until they got a good deal lah. They really got a good deal.
Yeah.
Right. So eventually I think with this upcoming BTO, right, it will really increase the
Value
of
around here.
this whole area. But then again, it will also increase the density of the whole.
Hey, I remember they were saying that there is a integrated community center. Is it this one?
Yeah, it will be part. It is part of the project, but now they also have one community center.
The old one, beside the sports. Oh, so
I don't know. I think maybe they will relocate it, like,
or maybe
change it,
maybe they use that building for other users.
Yeah, you see, there is a Anytime Fitness that side.
Okay.
So don't worry lah. Okay, let's check out the last stop of the day where you have a good selection of stores from Miss Tam Jia.
Yeah, Miss Tam Jia.
Oh,
so according to my wife also a foodie lah. She say that this hawker center or this coffee shop, right, every store is handpicked by Miss Tam Jia herself.
Oh.
That means she don't want all the typical
stores to come in.
Yeah, so all these stores come in, right, is all having their own unique concept.
True. Right, so we'll show you some of the food, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.